Hi guys, it's Harvey from All Parts Pool and Spa. Everybody knows I love cartoons, and usually cartoons are true. Okay, again, this is out of a Panther book, I believe, again. And the man is sitting there, and somebody must have told him he put the heater too close to open window, or a window that is capable of being open. And he's basically saying, what do you mean I put the heater too close to the window or the eaves? And I just want to let you know the reason why is carbon monoxide comes out of the heater, and the wind's blowing right. It's going to go in the house, and it's possibly going to kill somebody. The other scenario is that the eave is too close, and it'll come up, and it'll start a fire in the other eave. Well, the other scenario, it'll go up, hit the eave, and start coming down and still go in the house. That's why I'm saying you need to read and understand all your manuals. I mean, this is a cartoon. It's a good cartoon, okay? It's a plumbing safety tip. So every particular heater you need to read and understand. So we'll scroll down so you guys can read it. And also about heaters running on LP gas and stuff like that. LP gas is heavier than air, okay? So, say argument's sake, we took this one a little bit further and we put this in a little square pump room. We'll put it in a fence, okay? And the fence is 4 to 6 or 8 feet up, and it's tightly there where no air can be seen. And what it's capable of doing, if it has a gas leak, the gas can pool in this square area, build up, you have ignition, you have explosion. So you got to be really savvy where you place these heaters. I know you're placing them outside, but where are you placing them outside? Are you placing them in an outside pump room that's well protected so you stop it from the wind? I mean, is it 5 feet up in the air and it's a square box and it's a closed gate? Well, if it is capable of building up propane, and it is capable of, when it ignites, causing that wall to come shooting all over the place. So, like I said, you got to read and understand your owner's manuals. I mean, it just is a little cartoon, but it's a pet peeve of mine. Okay, and it's labeled plumbing and safety tips. All right, I think it's an excellent little cartoon. I mean, it's direct and to the point. And the other thing I see all the time is, say argument's sake, this house was a pump room, and we need X amount of free air to the this house. So when, and I say it all the time, when the guy wants pool heat, he takes off the door, puts it somewhere, and runs the pool heater, but that has a zero capability. All right, you are capable of putting a door in there, not knowing when this heater is, so you don't have all the ventilation you need. Let's take this one further. Let's say if we needed a 4-by-4 square opening here and a 4-by-4 square opening here, and we don't want any large birds flying in this open hole, so we go to a 1/4-inch meshing or larger. That's the minimum you can take, is 1/4-inch meshing. So if you do a meshing over that, it's no longer a 4-by-4. You have to add 50% if you put a screen over it. And it has to be, the openings have to be larger than 1/4-inch holes. Can't be less. If you put a 4-by-4 and put a screen over that, it's still classified as 0 openings. So then, let's take this one more further. Say we go to Home Depot and we get something with slats because we don't want the rain blowing in. Well, you have to call the manufacturer and say, these slats, what is the reduction on the air? And they'll say it's 50 or 75%. So then you got to go the foot by foot, make that 18 by 18 inches, and then call up the manufacturer and find out their reduction on the slatting, and they say 50%. You take that 18 inches and you multiply it times 50%, and that is your opening. Okay? When they're talking on a heater, if you put it in a room and you calculate it, you need a foot by a foot. That is free air. Doesn't mean any screens over it. So you put a screen, you got to make that hole bigger. You make a louver over it, you got to add the screen, and then you got to add the louver. All right? So that foot by foot hole could actually be a 6 foot by 6 foot louver on the bottom and the top for venting. And besides that, you would have to vent it out to the atmosphere with a stack. I know I can ramble, but it's a little helpful little tip. I hope you guys start to understand. Read and understand your owner's manuals on everything you got, and you guys will be happy. Take care. Again, this is Harvey from All Parts Pool and Spa.